Cloud adoption for product innovation and engineering software started more slowly than it did in some other industries, but now it's really starting to pick up steam. Why is that the case? I'm here at Siemens today to get some clarity. Hi, my name's Jim Brown. I'm the president of Tech Clarity, where we make the business value of technology clear. Today, I'm joined by Brenda Discher of Siemens, Senior Vice President and long-term friend and industry veteran.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about this transition of product innovation and engineering software to the cloud. So excited to have you as a
I'm
guest.
excited to be here. Thank you for coming in and seeing us. It's good to see you.
So let's start with the value of why are we seeing this transition to the cloud? And in our research, we see sort of the traditional values. Can we say traditional with cloud? I guess we can now. For things that have been for CRM and ERP, the implementation benefits, the operational benefits, some business and cost benefits, the things that sort of lower the barriers to entry in operating software. We see those, but there's also some really special things that we see for product innovation and engineering software in the cloud. And we also see it enabling new business strategies and really having some more strategic benefit. How do you look at this transition to the cloud? Is it just a change in infrastructure, or is there something more to it?
So it's funny, I would say some customers that are early on in their adoption, they still kind of start from the point of cost of infrastructure, cost of IT. But customers that are actually really thinking about the value, and when we really get engaged in a conversation about value, the paradigm shift in new workflows and different ways of working really result in where I think the real ROI is. And so you have customers who are thinking about, our customers who have really large data sets. Think about the aerospace or the automotive industry, where if I want to simulate different variations and I want to actually understand something in field, how it's operating, to be able to do that now, multiple of those types of simulations in the cloud, while an engineer is actually iterating through on a desktop, that's actually feasible today. That workflow can be enabled. Or they can choose to do it sequentially, like in the traditional manner. So there's just a brand new work, like the power of that capability is available. Or there are workflows like IoT, where you're trying to understand the analytics on a machine in the field and bring that capability or that insight back into an organization to be able to predict or modify a design or a process. That can't happen without the cloud. That's a brand new process. So we see kind of all different spectrums, and we see customers at different levels of adoption.
Talking about IoT, I mean, we actually did some research to understand how important is digital transformation for industrial companies to really meet their business strategy. And we saw that the vast majority, basically 2/3 of companies, said that digitalization was important to their business strategy, and 1/3 of them said it was actually critical. So we're definitely seeing the need and the pull for business to take this digitalization.
Take action.
Absolutely. And so, what do you see the relationship for our product innovation and engineering software moving to the cloud? How does that enable digitalization? Is it important?
So I love this research, so I'd love to see more about it. We believe actually for most CIOs to be relevant in all the industries we talk to today, digitalization has to be on their agenda. They all have a transformation initiative around making the enterprise a digital enterprise. And we Siemens, if you think about our history, where we came from, and think about manufacturing and factory as our roots, but then moving into where we are today with software, this digital transformation is absolutely what we believe a game changer. But what's interesting is, yes, cloud is part of that. Cloud's a key enabler, but it's also really about thinking about new ways of working, right? And enabling that, and really thinking about where and how am I going to implement this technology in a way that I either need to adapt a current process, try a new process, or actually rethink the way something's done altogether. So it forces a change and actually is driving some really interesting innovation on the back end. Back to your IoT example earlier, we have a customer in Israel. They're a valve manufacturer, and they actually have valves that are sitting out on the shop floor, and the valves were failing and actually was causing an issue on the shop floor. And due to the cloud and due to the way that they actually implemented IoT, they were able to predict when that valve may fail and get in advance and make a change. And not only did that enable a big change for that company, the valve manufacturer is now selling factory uptime. So talk about a business model change as an enabler of cloud. So kind of a
Absolutely.
cool way to go round trip on it.
Yeah,
it's pretty
absolutely.
cool.
And those are really those strategic business changing events we're seeing too. From a vendor perspective, one of the things that we've seen this transition both from the industrial company side, but also from the vendor side. And
Yep.
from an industrial company, we're actually recommending that to them now that they should highly consider that their product innovation and engineering software company have a cloud strategy. Just because we see this as a fundamental shift,
Yes.
we see this as the new direction that software is moving. And that if their vendor is not moving this direction, even if they're one of those people that is saying, we're not ready for the cloud or we don't want the cloud, it's important for their vendor to really be relevant
Have a
going
strategy.
forward.
Yeah.
How do you see that transition for your customers?
So first off, we have a cloud strategy. We've had a cloud strategy for a few years. I think what's important is for the vendor and the customer to really think about what is right for the customer. And I don't know that every traditional model or new model should be forced onto a customer. And so our strategy and the way we're kind of rolling out what we're doing, whether it's cloud deployed products, whether it's products in the cloud and products on the desktop and having that workflow enabled, we're really letting the customer choose, and we're trying to give the customers ultimate flexibility. So they pick the processes or the workflows or the places where they want to adopt this technology so that it works for them and their process. And where we want to rethink a process to actually go on a different trajectory with maybe an innovation initiative, we're happy to do that too. But we're not forcing a single business model
Right.
or a single platform. We're quite open. We've always been pretty open. That's actually kind of an advantage of, I think, Siemens. And so we're willing to work and kind of at their pace, at their level, at their way. How do they want to adopt?
Right.
We ultimately have a pretty robust cloud strategy, but it's not every piece is right for every customer, and that's our job, is to really make it right for them. Yeah.
Brenda, thank you. So good to see you, and
Great
thank you
to
for
see you.
sharing. And thank you for joining us today. If you'd like to learn more, you can watch the rest of this video series. We have a series of posts, blog posts, guest posts on Siemens that you can watch or take a look at, and also plenty more of our research, and Siemens is a wealth of knowledge on transition to the cloud. Thank you very much.